Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Hobo the Hony's Road to the Thoroughbred Makeover. In this episode, Hobo gets a special treatment from a special guest on the show. Courtney Davis of Sladebrook Equine came and worked on some horses here and was nice enough to do some demos of her techniques on Hobo. So we'll get to see that, and we will also get to see Hobo attending his second little combined test where he did very, very well. So let's take a look.
I'm Courtney Davis, Sladebrook Equine. We are going to do a couple exercises that are developed by TMA Equine out in California to stretch out some of these pelvic issues. We are going to pick up the opposite hind leg of the side that we're on. You're going to want to hold this hind foot as close to hock level as possible. And all we're doing is supporting this. I'm not pulling, I'm not asking for anything. As he's softening into my hand, I'm guiding this hind leg forward. And what we want to see eventually is this hop come across in front of his other one. This is stretching across here. All of the top of his pelvis, the glutes, to help open this up and get a little bit more mobility back here. We're going to hold it as long as he's comfortable. The idea is that we do a lot of this bodywork stuff to help them compensate in better ways, kind of, so it's not quite as stressful on the rest of the body. Diaphragm loop. So we're going to start back here, activate this diaphragm going this way. We'll go back up to the sternum, activate diaphragm coming back this way, on both sides to kind of get the diaphragm working again, kind of trigger that digestive system to get moving a little bit. Some of these guys tend to get really stuck, particularly coming off the track. Biggest thing we're going to look for here is I'm going to ask his body to go this way by pushing this hind end forward, and we're going to be, mostly from where you are, going to be looking for the all of his pectorals to fire when I shift everything up forward. Is he firing one side?
Yeah, no, he's doing both.
Are they even?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here is Hobo going down his second ever center line at the Cedar Creek Combined Test in Stanton, Virginia, where I took a couple of students and also Hobo to attend a little combined test that they had going. The weather was a little bit sketchy, so they ended up moving their dressage phase into their indoor last minute, and I was slightly concerned about that, but I had no reason to be, honestly, because Hobo did not care at all about being in an indoor. He had actually never seen one before, which I realized after the fact, but he was cool as a cucumber. I still have a little bit of a hard time getting him in front of my leg enough to have a really crisp canter transition, especially that left lead, but I was pretty pleased with how he executed that one. Here we are coming up to the walk portion of the test, and this is the USEA starter test that we've done at both horse shows now. And then we come across the diagonal here for the free walk. Hobo has a lot of suspension in his gaits, and that's something that I really look for in prospects. So it does make him quite bouncy to ride sometimes, but I think he's really a super mover and has quite a big step for a little pony, and a lot of spring in his step. You can see again he's a little bit behind my leg there in the canter transition, but he once he gets into the canter, it's really lovely and uphill. He wants to sit back on his hocks. He wants to be really balanced. He wants to be round. He's soft in the mouth. All of the things that you look for. And then we have a broken center line at the end of the test here. There's always some wiggliness that you deal with baby horses, but all things considered, he was really, really good. There's little Bobo, using Basil as a scratching post. Say hi, Basil. And now for the fun part, the jumping. The rain luckily cleared up, so it was not pouring during our show jumping, which I really appreciated. I did decide to canter everything with Hobo this time, as he's getting stronger and stronger every day. And he just kept his nice little rhythm and cantered right around and bravely jumped all the jumps with no hesitation. He is really adjustable for such a green horse. And I think that can be attributed to the quality of his canter. But if you want to add, you can easily add. If you want to move up, you can easily move up. And like I said, he's just getting stronger and stronger every day. I feel like he's coming right along, and he feels really confident and really strong. And then there you see he just did a tidy little flying change. Now we're coming up to the last jump, and up and over. So I'm really proud of Hobo at his second horse show. This was about 45 minutes away from us, and we took 3 horses. Basil, why don't you pan and see who else we took? We took Queen Fable with Anya, and we took Jazzy J with Hannah, and then of course little Hobo. So we had a full trailer. And Hobo did really well in his dressage test, even though it was in an indoor, and that was, I think, only his second time seeing an indoor. He didn't seem to care much about that at all. And then the show jumping was fantastic. We cantered mostly everything except for the first fence, and he felt really confident and really brave. So I am very proud of little Hoboken Jack at his second horse show. Yay! Right, so I just went and picked up our dressage tests and our ribbons, and lo and behold, guess who won first place? Little Hoboken Jack! He's very proud of himself, sporting his new halter from the last horse show that I just couldn't resist buying for him because he just looks so darn cute. And his first blue ribbon. Yay! Good boy, Hobo! I have one more little tidbit to report for all of Hobo's followers. He bravely jumps ditches now. Woohoo! Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.